Hello you corn wizards, Jim Sterling here, and this is Unrest, a game that I'm well aware exists because they keep bloody emailing me about it. Anyway, this is Unrest, so it's an RPG from India, I believe, or at least inspired by Indian culture. So we're going to jump right in. I've already gone in the options. No, not that. I've already gone in the options, looked at the graphics options and selected the highest setting, animated trees. So that's good, isn't it? We're going to be myth or mortal. Time itself can twist toward those touched. Those untouched by destiny must live with their decisions. Only one save for mortal. Enter save name. I think I'm going to go with Chungus. Yeah, that looks good. Right. Loading. Very excited. You are Usher, sole heir to the throne of Bimra, 12 years old. Bimra, a city built by your ancestors, has stood for almost 2 centuries. At its prime, Bimra was a sight to behold, a prosperous centre of trade and an example to other kingdoms. However, those days are long gone. It has been many months since rainfall, and the earth is dry as bone. There is not enough food to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate. Today, Asher's parents hope to reverse Bimra's troubles. They are poised to make the decision that will redeem them in the public's eyes, or condemn them. Traits. Princess. Naive. Okay. Those were our traits. Continue. Okay. She moves like a kind of weird ghost. Anyway, let's have a chat to this palace guard. Good morning, my sovereign. Bows. What about Avinash here? Hey, Avinash. Let's have a chat. Asha, I know it's scary out there, but you're the princess. The people need to know their princess is there for them on big, important days like this. Friendly, critical, unconcerned. Critical. Oh, I can't do anything with it. It's not that scary. I've seen angry mobs before. People want to see me. Every time they do, they yell. I don't like it. Can't I be there for them in here? Do that. Brave. I know you have. You understand that the mobs aren't your parents' fault. Your parents can't control the droughts or the famines. They can't give homes to everyone in the slums. I think even the mobs understand that deep down. Everyone acts like it's our fault. I know, people are scared they need someone to blame. It's not fair, but never forget that you and your parents aren't ruling Bimra by accident. Blah, blah. I don't really know why the slums don't like the treaty, who can say, but I reviewed the facts with your parents and I agree that the Naga Empire's trade network will be the best thing that ever happened to Bimra. When Vijay agrees, and he's been advising against the whole venture from you and your parents will make things better. Oh, even Vijay. I'm not reading well this morning. I shouldn't do these at 6 in the morning. I slop out of bed and then just start trying to read really fast. Vijay, there you are. The ambassadors will be here soon. You won't have time to go out and greet them. But these soldiers will protect you while you address the mobs outside. Nothing formal, just wave and tell them we care about them. If they know we're listening, they won't be quite as angry. I am a man of the people, so I shall be a princess of the people as well. We're not listening, we're signing the treaty anyway. Apprehensive. Vijay was worried about us. Accepting. Critical. I know your parents made their decision and the people don't like it, but we do care about them, and as long as they know that, the rest will be easier to swallow. I'm not going to run them off with guards. You think the street is a bad idea? That's a complicated question. It's a complicated fucking answer. I do think the treaty is a good idea. I think it can help Bimra a lot, but I'm also afraid we're not going to use the treaty as well as we could, and I think that's part of why people don't like it. And they're afraid of the Naga, and that's another part. I just wish your parents would take the people's reaction more to heart. Oh, learn straight from the guards, and when the ambassadors do arrive, you can show them the greeting you learnt in their language. I bet they'll be very impressed. We want them to be impressed, don't we? Well, I guess. You guess what that'll have to do. You'll understand when you're older with luck you remember for today for a long time. Okay. Let's go out and greet our people. You are... Oh god, with someone else. That's a snake thing. Chief Ambassador to the Naga Empire. Bimra has swallowed its long-standing animosity towards your empire because its fortunes are dire. The failure of the monsoon has left Bimra's harvest weak and its people desperate. As a peace offering, they took refugees from empire colonies into their own city slums. Now they offer trade, goods for food. The Naga Empire can use such a trade and the opportunity to send over more immigrants from its own overpopulated professional classes. They've sent you to hammer out the terms, a last job before you retire. But from the riots when you arrived, it seems not everyone's in favour of the deal. So where are we at here? Seasoned. Ria's mentor, diligent mentor. Ria, I feel like I'm going to be sick. Where are their leaders? They were supposed to be here already. Let's see, nothing is simple in politics. Be calm. Royal Guards greet us, Royal Guards fondle us here, Royal Guards keep us here and no royalty. I'm starting to feel very unappreciated. I'm starting to feel like the humans don't like regular shipments of food and medicine after all. I hate them, personally. Food and medicine, if I get any, I just shove it right up my arse. We got calm, stern, cold. Threats are good, maybe we'll get to threats later. There we go. Talk with other lesser humans, encouraging calm, stern, make us respect us. I will regroup with you when the royals arrive. Wee, wee, woo. Sliding around. Have a look at Dinesh here. I don't know why they couldn't rope movement and speech into one thing. You've got to move right near someone and then it'll turn into a speech cursor. Anyway, I got a good look at the way the slums are situated. Technically, they don't occupy any of what's considered Bimra's traditional footing. There's no right or wrong answer, but I think it could be argued they aren't subject to Bimra's laws. They don't seem very interested in enforcing much order out there. What do we got? Insidious. An unregulated slum on the outskirts of a weakened city? That sounds dangerous. Yes, it does. I'm sure Bimra has some sort of plan in place, but somehow I doubt it's one with the slum's best interests in mind. Oh, loading. I don't know where I'm going. Oh! Warm greetings, my name is Kanika, and I am priestess and advisor to the royal family. I have been asked to offer you apologies for their lateness. Stiff, we will remain patient. I have to admit I'm a little more comfortable with face-to-face talks than formal political meetings. If you're finished with all your other business here, I'd like to talk to you about a few things before the treaty signing is underway. Oh, she wants to do deep kissing. Polite, I'll speak with you a little later. King! If it isn't enough, then I don't know what you want from us. Peace, security, reassured subjects. If you can't keep an angry mob from, I beg your pardon. My king, my queen, the time is long past for you to address the ambassadors. I'll do formal, little bow there. Since we're already running late, we'll just have to skip the fun parts, no intro, chat, food tasting. Okay. Well, apologies, I didn't treat you exactly why I got up in the morning. Yes, proud. Really, I wish we had a few nobles like you. I think Vijay here is just about the only man in Bimra who can ride a horse and do a decent day's work. Yes, we go straight to business. Right you are, now where would you like to begin? Business-like, stern. We'll just go straight for the contract. You'll be pleased to know most of what you offered we're prepared to accept. We're not going to haggle over the trade routes and schedules you prepared. Our only concern regards your immigrants. 100 merchants, craftsmen, skilled labourers over the next month. Those are no more negotiable than the trade routes. We understand the needs of the Naga Empire. Bimra's slums are a constant reminder of how poor environments can jeopardise honest tradesmen. That's the first problem here. We can't guarantee your skilled workers will find employment in the city, not when so many of our own have been rendered destitute. Vague, I'm the reservation and won't hold you accountable for the results, only the implementation. Yeah, that'll do. Take the deal. Alright, fine, it will have to do. We had meant to talk to you about the unfortunate anti-Naga sentiment in some deep parts of the city. We really do not believe it constitutes a threat. The Naga refugees remaining in our slums have lived free of harm for months. I trust the... yeah. We aren't sure exactly what the roots of the discontent are. Ignorance, unjustified fear. We know that the mob was the work of one priest, Ranveer. Perhaps Kanaka has already told you about him. A lot of people listen to him. Why, we'll never know. Vijay has been speaking with him personally. What has he learned? Ranveer is unusual. He claims that Banka Mundi, whom his temple serves, has sent him a vision of how to end the drought and bring prosperity to the slums. It involves many things, but the key point is that we should shun your empire. He was not responsive to most of my attempts at negotiation. There. We're open to suggestion. What do you have in mind? Exile, put him to death. Can his followers be turned against him? Fuck it, exile the fucker. Perhaps that would have been prudent months ago, but he has followers now. When you remove a voice like his, the echoes only grow louder. No, exile will not do. Believe me, I understand your concern. I guess da means things went down somewhere. Direct, or I don't know. As for now, denouncing the man and severely inconveniencing are all we can do. Fracking is not good enough. Oh yeah, it went down. Very well, we can hardly disagree, can we, my king, my queen? No, suppose you cannot. I suppose there's just one more thing then. Vijay, this was your idea, do you want to explain it? You may have already heard that there's a lot of reading that I'm having to do for you all. You may have already heard that much of our profits from this trade exchange will go towards retaining the services of a mercenary company. They will provide a barrier between the city proper and the slums. With luck, they'll keep the peace. Yeah, it's not my business. The Naga immigrants will not be easy to house. We will need to clear out areas of the slums to provide housing for them, as well as some of our own city dwellers. Obviously, this means these mercenaries are in your interests as well as ours. All of this, therefore, I propose our mercenaries, and we all go into the slums under the personal guard. Alright, I'll go. Then our business for the day is concluded. If you'll give us a moment to confer with our scribs, we will draw up the final documente. A pleasure to do business. Okay. Now, does she still want to have a chat? What's that? Return to your apprentice. Okay, fine. No, come over here. Idiot. Alright, back to our apprentice. Our apprentice. Which one was that Rhea there? Her name is Rhea, and she dances in the sand. Sun. Sea. It was one of those three things. In Naga, you're going to go with them to the slums? Are you sure about this? What's this? The roles will be going with me. It's risky to go. Okay, you're on there. Oh. Also, we're going to do perfectly genial. Yeah. Peace. We just listened to half an hour of people telling us how much they love the Naga, while meanwhile, just beyond the palace walls, there are riots breaking out because we dared to show up. This place isn't even at peace with itself. Confident. I don't know about this. Rhea, you'll do fine, I'll do fine, everything will be alright. That's not what I mean. I can't shake the feeling that nothing we just did matters. I feel like when nothing I'm doing here matters. I feel like when they tell the story of Bimra and the Naga Empire 100 years from now, they'll spend a breath on what Chitra accomplished at their party before moving onwards to the great, vast and terrible inevitability. And I'm afraid neither of our peoples are doing anything to prevent it. I know, I'm sorry. Please just gather the retinue together and go home. Well, the deal was signed later that night. 2 months later, Chitra would venture out with the royal family, the court spy, Vijay, and a contingent of the Captain Shyam's mercenaries to serve as bodyguards. Only Vijay and the mercenaries would return. Acting in the chaos, Vijay gathered support from the nobles to form a temporary ruling council with him at the head. Shyam was charged with keeping further riots at bay. Unruly outlying farms would be managed by the recently widowed noblewoman Lakshmi. Ranveer would represent the interests of the priests and slums. To appease the Naga Empire, Rhea was appointed Minister of Trade. Months passed, the temporary council failed to dissolve, whisper of foul play faded, and still the monsoons failed to return. Okay. You are Tanya, a peasant, 15 years old. Tanya sometimes catches words of what's happening in the other villages, and it's never good. Merchants arrive with rumours of open revolt, only to whisper hushed warnings about spies within the populace watching and waiting for any sign of rebellion. However, Tanya's village has not seen any violence. Lakshmi, the noble woman in charge of the farmlands, has run this village personally ever since the death of her husband. Her soldiers keep one half of the peace and tradition keeps the other. In the midst of this, Tanya is about to be married. It is not long before her future and that of her village will be decided. Intelligent, only child, loner. Righto, there you are. Why is it you always mope off alone when Jew is busy with work? Couldn't you find...